Welcome to the NorthOps Fire Weather Webcast for Wednesday, August 27, 2025. Healthy footprints of wetting rain were found across the region yesterday, but there were also thousands of strikes detected. A little over 15,200 strikes impacted the area. There were a few gauges that reported a little over 1 inch of rain in the northern Sierra. The 4-day lightning total is just shy of 38,400 pulse strikes. The most recent water vapor loop from GOES 18 shows a drying trend over the region as the main monsoon moisture band shifts a little further to the north and east, although moist conditions remain over the eastern tier. Two disturbances can also be seen over the immediate coast, a mature one over the Pacific Northwest, and a lesser one over the Bay and Tahoe areas. A much stronger wave is found well off the west coast, and it will help to draw the mid-level dry intrusion over the area in the coming days. Visible imagery this morning reveals the heaviest cloud cover across the far east, with a shallow marine layer presence along the coast. The most afternoon shading will be found over the north and east due to cumulus buildups, with more overall radiation reaching the ground compared to the past few days. A weak forcing environment is depicted in the forecast charts through Thursday, with weakening low pressure within an overall ridging pattern. The previously mentioned mature low pressure system will likely provide a partial breakdown to the ridge pattern Friday into Saturday, with a secondary but weaker trough depicted for Sunday into early next week. These low pressure systems will increase instability, although convection is expected to be limited at this time. This trend will be monitored closely due to the past history of the summer. Mixed high temperature anomalies will remain through Thursday, although a gradual warming trend should start with a near to above normal readings likely Friday through early next week. A strong heat signal is not showing up in the modeling for the next 7 days. The lightning signal is less robust today compared to the previous 3 days, although healthy numbers of strikes is still anticipated across the far north and east. Storm movement should pick up a little bit towards the east and northeast, but still fairly weak overall. Due to the air mass becoming drier, wetting rain footprints will trend smaller, with a hybrid feel to the environment. A much weaker lightning signal is showing up for Thursday as a drier air mass filters in off the Pacific. All of the models show at least a slight chance or isolated development across the far east. Wetting rain footprints will be quite small in this environment. The air mass will start to warm and dry with areas of breeziness broadly found across the region. Note the stronger downdrafts across the east. Humidity recoveries tonight will noticeably lower across large portions of the coastal range. These forecast images are valid at 1700 today. The air mass will become much drier, with upper single digits, teens, and 20s broadly observed across the area during Thursday afternoon. Humidity recoveries Thursday night are expected to be poor across most of the area. Pockets of breeziness will be found across the Bay Area, Delta region, as well as portions of the north, such as within the Shasta Valley. Downdrafts can be seen across the far northeast. These forecast images are valid at 1700 Thursday. The onshore wind flow should increase slightly across the coastal range and greater Bay Area on Friday in response to the approaching shortwave. Humidity may tick up slightly due to the deeper onshore flow, but remain low across most of the interior. These forecast images are valid at 1700 Friday. Similar wind speeds and humidity readings are expected from Saturday through early next week, with areas of breeziness favoring portions of the coastal range, greater Bay Area, Modoc Plateau, and along and east of the crest. A strong wind signal does not show up during this period, although some enhanced zephyrs could be found along the Front Range at times. Downdrafts will likely be a wild card early next week across the far east. Some typical summer wind shifts are likely near the Oregon border. Humidity will remain fairly low, away from the immediate coastal influences, although a slight day-to-day alterations will occur, especially early next week. These forecast images are valid for Sunday. The 7-day significant fire potential product shows a mix of risk with largely moderate risk due to a warmer and drier environment following a major lightning period. A mosaic of flammability will be found across the landscape due to recent rainfall and higher humidity levels, but dead fuels overall become much more flammable and help to reveal any carryover lightning ignitions going forward. Live fuels continue to seasonally cure with many species in the flammable to critically flammable environment, most elevations. In summary, another round of lightning expected today, favoring the far north and east, then much less of a signal for Thursday, with a much warmer and drier environment anticipated. The warm, dry environment will continue for several days, including lengthening burn periods and higher probability of ignition values, although not to the degree of a heat wave signal. A slight increase in winds is anticipated for Friday into the weekend and possibly lasting into early next week due to low pressure influences, although not a strong wind signal. Some convection could return early next week, depending on the position of a weak trough low pressure area.